Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirrok here. Glad you guys can make it back. So I've been busy. I've been working pretty hard. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what I've been working on. What I plan to do, though, is harvest all these trees. I've been finding that obviously there isn't enough light out here, so I'm going to build in some sort of lighting system into the grass. That way I can plant and grow my trees and not worry about having all these mobs spawning everywhere. Um, I'm going to use kind of the same technique that I have in my server videos with a strip full of pumpkins that are lit up, and then on top of that a strip of leaves to cover it up so that it looks all nice and flush, yet the light will shine through. So before I start on that, I do want to show you what I've been working on. So follow me, guys. So as you can see, I completed the tunnel that leads from the farm area to the wood yard, and I just added some upside down half slabs and wood planks to add a little bit of an effect up on the top here. I will be replacing the torches with pumpkins. I've been growing a bunch of pumpkins so far. I've gotten about 50 on me that are lit up, and I got two other stacks in the chests that are ready to go for lighting up my areas. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. Come over here and I will show you the opening to my new storage area. And the door on my left here is the opening to my new storage area. I'm going to show you the inside. Oh, and by the way, this cobblestone here, ignore it for now. I will explain, excuse me, exactly what it's for. So come on in. And this is going to be the site of my future storage area. I'm going to have basically, you can see all these sand areas that are up here. They are markers that indicate where my storage stations will be. So there's going to be a series of storage stations along the center row on either side. And then a series of storage stations that are basically going to be, I'll show you, right along the edges of the walls from the entrance all the way around to the back end and so on. It works out to, I think it's about 45 to 50 storage stations, somewhere in and around that number. It'll be enough to keep the most important stuff on the two center aisles and the least important things on the outer walls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the center row. The center row, basically where I'm standing right now, here and to the left and so on, and even up on the ceiling, I'm going to have a series of furnaces with pumpkins to light up the center area of the room. And then on the floor, it's going to be a series of dispensers to contain certain items that can't be housed or represented by blocks, which is what I'm going to do. Those dispensers will keep items such as armor, weapons, buckets, and so on. So anytime I want one, I just walk up to a dispenser and a pressure plate will trigger it off and spit it back out to me. So let's go outside, and first thing I'm going to do is clear out that area where the trees are. Once I've cleared out that area over there, I'm going to set up lighting on the ground, and then I'll come back in here and set up just the center portion for now. Alright, I'll see you guys in a sec. I'm going to shear off these leaves because I'm going to need them later on to fill in the gaps I put the pumpkins in. Okay, now with all the trees harvested and the area cleared up, I'm going to set up strips of pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns and light them up. Alright, before I begin, I guess I should explain this. You guys are seeing a huge hole in this wall, right where I'm standing. Basically, it's going to be a future contraption that I build to provide wood for me from the wood yard into my storage area. I'm I'm not going to get into too much detail about it at this point in time. I will do it on a future episode when I build it and feature it. It won't be my design. It's basically a conglomeration, couldn't get that word out, of a couple of different machines I've seen online on other YouTube videos, and I'll reference those as I go. And over here, you'll see that I've marked out 4 stations. Actually, you only see 3 on your screen, but there are 4. They're essentially going to be the same as my storage stations, and they're going to be a series of 4 double chests to hold the different types of woods as well as saplings that I collect. So I'm going to begin gridding out the ground and then start setting it up with jack-o'-lanterns. There. Now with everything gridded out properly, I can start digging, making the trenches for my jack-o'-lanterns, and throw the leaves on top. So let's start that right now. So this method of using jack-o'-lanterns and leaves to light up an area, actually you don't need to use jack-o'-lanterns, you could use glowstone, that works too, is not really a method that I've come up with. It was actually something I saw in an episode of Etho's online on YouTube. If I remember the episode name, it was Glowing Tree. Episode 106. I'll put a link in the description, but it was basically where I got this idea, and it works really well. The trenches are basically 2 deep. The lower level of the trenches are going to be filled in with jack-o'-lanterns, and then the upper level will be filled in with leaves. And that'll give me a lit up area up above on the grass that'll keep mobs from spawning. So I'm going to start laying down my jack-o'-lanterns, and then I'll place the leaves on top. So it looks like I only got a stack left of jack-o'-lanterns, which means I'm going to have to grow more. But I'll put the rest of these down and then cover what I've done so far with leaves. And once I get a few more grown up or harvested, I'll turn them into jack-o'-lanterns and put the rest down. And now with all the pumpkins in place, or jack-o'-lanterns that is, I'm going to start throwing down the leaves. And basically the light from the jack-o'-lanterns will come through, shine, and light up the area. It's cool, good looking way of doing it, and it's pretty cheap. I mean, imagine if I had to go and grab glowstone from the nether. That would be absolutely insane. So I'm going to start filling this in with the leaves that I harvested earlier, and then the wood yard will be complete. There we go. So now with everything all set up the way it is, I can start planting saplings and right in the center of each of these squares. And basically the light shining through should prevent any mobs from spawning on this area. Let me start planting some of them and we'll go from there. Okay, so having planted all the saplings, I can let these trees grow in relative safety. Good thing is now with the jack-o'-lanterns providing light, I shouldn't have any mobs spawning on this grass. We will see once everything fills in how well it works. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you those dispenser ideas that I had in the center to set up in the center area of my storage room. Let's go and we'll see how it works. Okay, I'm going to set up only the first station. I'm basically going to have a series of stations that are in the center here, 5 wide, and then a gap of 4, 5, 4, and so on all the way down. The bottom portion that are on the ground are going to have dispensers, and the top one that are on the ceiling are going to have furnaces so that we can cook stuff. So I'm going to set that up now, and we'll see how it goes. Guess the first thing I'm going to do is place a workbench. Going to need that to start building my dispensers. Alright, let's see if I remember how to make these. So I basically need to make 10 dispensers for one side or one section because there's going to be 5 on each side. So I'm going to do 5 bows, 3, 4, and 5. And if I remember correctly, I put kind of like making a furnace. Put those guys in. Do I even have enough? Yeah. Oh, no. There we go. So there's 1 dispenser, 2 dispensers, 3 dispensers, 4, and 5. And that's all I need for now. Alright, so I've only made 5. That would cover one side. In a minute I'll place these down and then make the other 5 that I need. But basically what I'm going to do is place some pumpkins down, or jack-o'-lanterns. I'm going to do it in a way that, there we go, I don't have the faces showing. And then on the one side, I'm going to place the dispensers, like so. Also, I have some half slabs from my stair building. What I'm going to do is place them down on the tops. And what these will do, oh, I can't go up. So I'll leave the pumpkins open so that they give off maximum light. But what the half slabs will do, I have a sign here and I can show you. I'm going to be able to put a sign on the front like so, and then write down what's contained inside that dispenser. Wow, we got a real storm going. Yep. So that's basically it. I'm going to set up the next side. And then after I'll also make some pressure plates and put them in place. But what I plan to do is underneath the pressure plate is going to be a jack-o'-lantern as well, so that way they're going to give off even more light, making this area a little more secure. So I've made the other dispensers as well as the pressure plates. I'm going to start, there we go, putting down the other pumpkins that I said I would, and the pressure plates for each of these dispensers are going to go right on top. This way when I have an item inside the dispenser that I want to grab, I just walk up to it and it pops out to me, and I could tell what item is which because I'll have it written down on the sign. I'm going to set up the other side. And that's it. So basically I'm going to have a station like this every so often down the center of the corridor, and each one will have a different set of items, you know, as I mentioned before, such as armor, weapons, tools such as buckets and string and things like that, ladders. Now I'm going to build the top section up on the ceiling with the furnaces. Okay, so this is going to be set up slightly different. Let's see if I can get the right positioning here. There we go. Is that where it is? Yep. So I'm going to build a small platform for the pumpkins to go on. Basically, they're going to be 3 times 5, so 15 lantern or jack-o'-lanterns up at the top, and then on the edges of those jack-o'-lanterns, I'm going to have a series of let's go up here, a series of furnaces. So they're going to stick out a little bit beyond. They're going to basically be in line with these pressure plates. That way, when I go to place something into a furnace, I'm not automatically stepping on one of these pressure plates, causing something to pop out at me. So I'm going to go up there now and start putting down jack-o'-lanterns. I'm going to do this. There we go. So that's a section of 15 jack-o'-lanterns. And they're going to add additional light or provide additional light down into this area. And then I'm gonna actually create more furnaces and put them all along the edges. And those are what are going to be my furnaces available for cooking items. Okay, with furnaces made, I'm going to place them into position now. There we go. Same on the other side. And that's it. So anytime I have something that I want to cook, I can reach up, put it in the furnace, let it cook, and I don't have to worry about hitting these pressure plates in order to get, you know, whatever things I have stored in those dispensers. That's what I'm going to have set up along the center area of this storage room in little stations. That way I have something readily available at each time. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'll quickly explain what those cobblestone rows that you saw there earlier were. Follow me and I'll go through it right away. Now you guys saw this in an earlier shot. I have a couple of rows here, and then over here as well. And you can see what looks like a diamond pattern. Basically what I did is I used a slime finding tool online to figure out which chunks near my base are slime producing chunks, and these are the marked off areas. So I'm standing in one of the chunks right now, and the other chunk is right here. So I have 2 chunks that are basically slime producing chunks in my base area. Cool thing about this is I can go or drill down and create rooms to have slime spawn, and then I'll have to develop an elevator system to bring them up. And I've been playing with the idea of setting it up so that underneath these stairs I have a slime processing station. So in the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically start drilling down, find the right level for where I want the slime trap to be, and start building a slime trap. I'm going to end the episode here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.